This is the MetaQuest Pro magnetic battery mod with the VR Panda top strap and pads. I thought this was so cool I wanted to share with others how I did it. I put a magnetic cell phone mount on the back of the headset. All I had to do was peel off the wax paper on the back of the adhesive and then stick it on there. Try to center it as much as you can. Then I put the metal plate on the back of two batteries, and then I put a magnetic charging adapter in both of the batteries. The wax paper might leave like a dot of the wax paper when you peel it off. If you can't poke the dot of wax paper out, say they put the wax paper on the opposite side where the hole isn't, you might have to scrape that dot of wax paper off with a knife. And then on the charging dock that came with the MetaQuest Pro, I put the other magnetic mount on right in the center there on the charging dock so that the other battery will have a place to set. And I got another charging cable to go along with it that I tied together using Velcro cables or Velcro cable ties. The charging dock that comes with the headset is made of a sort of a rubber-like material. In order to get this magnetic mount to stick on it securely, at least I hope it is, it seems to be holding, I actually pulled it off and took like a knife or something like pointy and scraped little light ridges in the plastic underneath where the adhesive will go. I put like, I don't know, maybe 100 across that way, and then maybe 100 more across that way. And then like kind of maybe wipe it off with a cloth a little bit, make sure it's clean. And then I put the adhesive, or put the puck back on here and push the adhesive really tight. And, you know, it seems to be holding. I mean, I'm guessing the extra abrasive surface might allow the adhesive to stick to this rubbery like surface better. So I'm hoping that stays. It seems to be staying now that I did that, and you know, the adhesive is going to cover all those scratches, so it should be fine. I mean, unless you're planning on returning this, you know, then you probably don't want to do those scratches. But I'm not planning on returning it, so. And so the magnetic battery mount just goes on like that. And if you want to remove it, you can literally just pull it off, put it back on, reconnect it, good to go. I did not like the back pad that came with it, so I'm literally just using the back pad as a platform to set my headset on now. I'm using a 1-foot USB-C cable to go from the headset to the battery, and use the built-in clip to hold it against the side of the headset. The VR Panda top head strap was a little difficult to get on. You got to kind of put it on close to the back part here and make sure that you got the top part of it all the way on first, and then slide it over, and then you can kind of push the bottom part on. That's the only way I could figure out how to get it done. Otherwise, like at first when I tried it, the top part wasn't like on all the way, so it was like kind of hanging off the top part. And I had actually I had to remove it and put it back over here, then push the top part all the way over, and then when I slid it over here, I was able to get the back part to push on, or the bottom part to push on. That's the only way I was able to get that on there. The replacement front pad that came with the VR Panda top strap, it had a thicker pad on it, I removed that and put the thinner pad on the front because I like the front to have a thinner pad. It was actually difficult to get this. Well, also I put the, if you can see, I put the front pad really close to the top where this little loop thing is. So it basically covers that also, and it works fine that way. The bracket itself was difficult to get back on because I guess there's some pins in there that kind of pushed inward a little bit. They weren't noticeably pushed in, just enough to where it wouldn't catch onto this bracket when you would put it in there. So I had to take like a screwdriver or something and lightly push the it's like a tab that's on the inside of this oval shaped thing, and I had to lightly push it downward a little bit to slightly bend it out just a little bit. Be careful not to break it. It feels like it's going to break if you push it very much, but it only needed to be pushed out just a little bit so that when I push this bracket on, it would clip into place. And now it holds into place since I did that. It was not holding at all when I first took the bracket that this came with off. It wasn't holding into place. I'm guessing because that little tab inside that little oval thing was maybe slightly pushed inward a little bit or something. But once I pulled the little tabs out, pushed them out just a tiny bit, it now holds pretty well. Now what I did with the thick pad that used to be on the front pad is I took these Velcro cable ties and I strapped them around the thinner part to where it's kind of tight, with the prickly part out and the fuzzy part in, and then I slid them over here, and I did that to 3 of them on each side, and then I put the thicker pad I pushed that on the back, making it even to the top here, and I think that's a lot more comfortable than the what it comes with, especially with if you have a large head. This seems to be a lot more comfortable, like a lot more comfortable. So if you find this thing to be uncomfortable, no matter which way you push it, put it on there, like either this way, or even some people say even try to put it on this way. When I took it off, it was actually more comfortable having no padding at all. And so I actually like having a little padding on the back, and this seems to work. And I have a huge head, so unless your head's bigger than mine, which most people's heads are not, this is probably going to work great for you. And then I just, use this thing as just a little place to set the headset on. The VR Panda pads are incredibly comfortable and way more comfortable than the pads that come with the headset. And that's the MetaQuest Pro magnetic battery mod with the VR Panda top strap with front and back pads.